real minutes out there with this group. How are you feeling now compared to maybe that first game in Salt Lake City?
I think just got a lot of experience. It's fun to play a lot, so been really happy with that, and just trying to get a win in Las Vegas.
What's it been like playing with Dylan and Adam, those guys out there on the floor?
It's been great. I mean, they're great players, so it's always fun to play with them, and they can really space the floor. So been having a lot of fun with them.
We've seen a lot of really good defensive efforts from you. Is that something that has been a challenge for you, something that they've challenged you to do, or is that something that you've always kind of had?
That's, I mean, a challenge from the team, but also myself. I think I really wanted to show that, and the team really wants me to show that too. So been taking pride in that.
What aspects of the game did you like today from what you did?
I think just being aggressive. Obviously, second quarter was a little rough, but staying aggressive the whole game was really important for me. And I think defensively was pretty good. I could have done better, but was pretty good. The effort was there, so it was good.
Hey, obviously, you and Dylan are taking on a sizable role with this summer league roster. Just what have you seen from Dylan specifically in terms of the way he's maybe embraced that role, that load?
No, I mean Dylan's trying to stay aggressive as he should, and he's been doing a great job at that. I think it's hard for us. Like we're doing a lot, and it's good for us. It's a lot of experience. So I think he's been doing a great job and always staying positive. So it's been really good.
And obviously, defense at this level, like people talk about, how it borders on being impossible. Just what are you guys learning, especially the young guys learning about what it takes to defend without fouling?
I mean, it's been a challenge for us. I think, especially for us rookies, just getting used to that. So, trying to get better every day at that and trying to not foul. So it's been a challenge, but it's been really good.
In these summer league games, you've had a really good balance of being aggressive, looking for your own shots, and then trying to get everybody else involved. What's your thought process while being out there and looking for your shot or trying to get others?
I mean, the first thing is always just being aggressive, but then also looking for my teammates. I think just being able to read the game and find the open man. That's what I'm really focused on.
These last couple of games, you've had some of your other teammates, Chet, J-Dub, those guys sitting courtside. Have you noticed them, and what does it mean to have them there?
I mean, this is great, and you can hear him sometimes just give you advice during the game. So it's been really cool, and it's great to play in front of him. So it's been fun.
So far, what is surprised you about your experience from the game so far?
Surprised me? I don't know. I would say the game's like harder. Obviously, I think it's a whole different level. So got to get used to that. But it's been a great experience overall, just getting used to that. And I think when you play with such like good players, it's also fun to finding the open man, and it's making my job easier. So it's been fun.
Okay, now that you've played a couple games here, do you have an accurate description or any description at all of what Daniel's coaching style might be?
I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. I think his coaching style is just go out there and play, and then obviously just a lot of tweaks on the defensive end, making sure we're like in our spots. But outside of that, I think he's been really, really focused on just play your game and then next play mentality. No matter what happens, just have your teammates back and be ready to play.
What are the some of the similarities and differences between him and Cam?
Similarities, I would say, just thinking about the next play, and then always having your teammates back. I think we talked a lot about competing together, which is really important to us. So I think that'll be like the similarity is just competing together. I think the difference would maybe be, I actually don't know. I think they're very similar. So I would say, man, I don't know. It's a tough one. Yeah.
Got out to a better start. Miami got on a really big run there, second, third quarters. Just what were you feeling out there kind of during that stretch of the game?
They had that run, and we just weren't able to bounce back. We allowed it to get too far. I'm proud of my teammates, though. We're learning and trying to adapt each game, and I think, over time we're going to be able to have a full 40 minutes of just, playing hard and competing and going after a win. So.
For this group as a whole, what steps forward do you feel like you guys have taken from that first Salt Lake game to where you guys are now?
I think the biggest thing is, with adversity coming, I feel like we're, doing our best to stay together. And, things may not go our way at the end of the day, but anytime you go out there and compete and, fight for one another, that's the end goal, all be all. So.
Just Dylan had a good third quarter, but when it starts from 1 for 7, are you telling him anything in terms of, to continue shooting, anything like that? What are you in his ear saying?
Definitely. We're all telling him to be aggressive. Everybody knows he's a high-level player, and sometimes it doesn't go in your favor, during the game. So, we need him to be aggressive. He's here for a reason. We love his game, and we just want him to go out there and do whatever he can to make the team better. I feel like that's what he did. Obviously, shots didn't fall, but it happens. So.
What have you seen from him just in terms of the way he's maybe embraced the load that's come with this roster, this summer league?
I think just his resiliency. You know, it's been tough. You know, there's been games where, you know, he may have felt like he wanted to play better, but he just, you know, couldn't get it going how he wanted to. But I've never seen him once out there, you know, hold his head down or not compete or get back or do any of the little things. And, you know, that just shows how professional he is already as a rookie.
You got a little momentum there in the second, third quarters. What did you see kind of during that stretch from them?
Yeah, I thought they were really physical. They played really fast. They made some shots, so give them a ton of credit. I thought they came out, they were prepared, and they played really hard.
We've talked about AJ as kind of a scorer, but he had 5 assists today. It seemed like his facilitating was really comfortable out there as well.
Yeah, he's always going to create for others. He does a really good job touching the paint early in the clock, so he's allowed to see different things, see different reads, be aggressive in the paint, but also spray for others and create for others, which he does a lot.
What are you seeing from Keontae in particular during the summer league stretch?
Just trying to pick his spots and be aggressive. You know, we're telling him to be aggressive. We're just continuing to encourage him. He's a great player, you know what I mean? So, you know, he's had a ton of success, and we're just trying to get him better every single day, and we're just focused on developing him.
Would you like to see more from Keontae? At times it seems like he's a little bit timid out there.
He plays within the team.
Okay.
I think that's one of his biggest strengths, actually. With the Blue, he did the same thing. He plays within the team. He's not going to force things. He lets the game come to him, but he's also really aggressive. And that's just, I think that's a really good attribute to have.
Summer League's really unique. There's a lot of inexperienced guys that don't really know each other. Very different from like an in-season locker room. How does that work off the court with like leadership and guys gelling? And is there anybody that stepped up as kind of a leader on this team off the court?
We have a pretty close-knit group. I think all the guys, you know, we have a really good group of guys. So that's never been a problem. I think they all get along really well, and you see that on the court. You see the way they support each other. And it starts with the rookies as well. They do a great job of just integrating themselves into the team, and they've done that since the start.
How tough of an assignment is Jaime Jaquez Jr.? He seemed like he had himself a day, and he's a good player.
Yeah, really good player. Ton of respect for what he does. Plays really hard. Made a lot of shots. He's a really good player, really talented.
You were known as a defensive guy when you played. Just what are you telling these guys about? You know, the newer guys, just about defending without fouling, that sort of thing at this level.
Yeah, we're just trying to make it tough for them. You know what I mean? Make them take tough shots. That's the goal. There's some really talented players, not only here but in the NBA as well. So it's kind of preparing their mind to just control the process of making it tough on those guys, knowing that they're going to score some of those, but we got to control what we can control. And that's kind of the approach.
Yeah, and I don't know how much you watched of AJ, like from his time before, you know, getting to you, but just from what you've seen from him as a driver, like what have you liked? What stood out to you about his process there?
What stood out is probably he's just continuing to learn. I think like it's a continuous learning process. He's not going to be like a finished product by the end of summer league. That's not the goal. The goal is for him to just continue to get better, see different reads, see different coverages, and grow through those. You know what I mean? So he's growing through every experience that we're having, which is great for him. He's getting a ton of reps, which at the end of the day is what this is about.
What's Goose's role this week in August now that he's not playing?
He actually chose to be around the team, which is a great thing, and I think he's showing signs of leadership. He talks to the guys as well. He's very involved, so he's just taking another step in his development process as well.
Do you intend to play Dylan and AJ one more game, or is it kind of a wraps for them?
I'm not sure. We'll communicate that to you guys, as we always do. But every single guy has their individual plan, and we communicate that every single day. And